Hi, I'm Simon Rose. Thanks for joining us and welcome to our second episode on exposing theta healing, the truth behind the cult. What I'd like to talk about today is one of the key aspects of theta healing, which is downloading new feelings, or as it's also known, instilling new feelings into a person. It sounds benign. In fact, it sounds like one of the most wonderful ideas, and yet it's incredibly harmful and actually, you'll get this soon, very, very insulting. I'd like to share with you why. In fact, I can pretty much promise you'll never look at that concept ever again the same way. The thing with downloading feelings is this. It starts from the assumption that the person is lacking. It's completely based on the duality that a person is missing something. It's very much tied in with muscle testing. That's really a subject for another video that I'll do another day. I'll just say this for now. When a theta healing practitioner works with you and they muscle test you, it's done like this. I know what happiness feels like, yes or no. So I know what happiness feels like, no. And then the practitioner goes, well, you've never felt happiness before, let me download it into you. So they wriggle their eyes and they get the creator to download this new energy in, I know what happiness feels like. And suddenly it muscle tests yes, as if by magic. And you might think, what have they actually done? And the theta healing practitioner will tell you, if they're going by Vianna's textbook, they'll tell you they've connected with this amazing energy called the creator of all that is, which is like this huge library of all the feelings you could ever feel, and they're teaching these new feelings that you've never felt before to fill you up with love and joy and happiness and abundance. Geez, you know, it sounds wonderful. And I've got to be honest, even after I quit theta healing because I knew that belief work was killing people, I still did this downloads thing for another couple of months until I'd really sussed it. Let's just look between the lines a little bit. What someone is really saying to you if they want to download some feeling into you is they're saying that you are the energy of lack, that you are empty somehow or missing something. I'm just going to use a simple example. Let's say happiness. It's one of the first downloads in theta healing that the practitioner might muscle test you. I know what joy feels like and get a no. I know what happiness feels like, get a no. So they're telling you you've never in your life felt it. Think about that for a second. Is that likely? You've never felt happiness or joy in your entire life? That's not really what the muscle testing is telling you. What it's really telling you is you've got some stress or you've got some trauma around the concept of happiness. Now, I acknowledge that there really are some people who've never in their life felt happiness or joy, but that can't be many. It's a small percentage. Whereas almost everybody muscle tests no the first time to I know what joy or happiness feels like, because almost everyone's had one day in their life where there was some trauma or shock or stress that happened on a day they were happy. It's just an association. It's one of the reasons why muscle testing in that way is meaningless. So what the theta healing person does is they completely ignore that underlying trauma, the reason why you tested no in the first place, and they superimpose this idea, this external vibration of happiness. They're trying to fill you in from the outside with something that was missing on the inside, completely ignoring the question of why was it missing or why is it muscle testing no in the first place. Now there's a bigger issue here that I can't address today. The bigger issue is who or what is the creator, and why is this idea of the other creator's download the best feeling for me? That's a complicated issue. It's really worthy of its own video. I'm going to have to leave that one to now. But I'm just acknowledging the simple fact that if 10 different theta healing practitioners download into you the feeling of joy, you get 10 different feelings. Now, the textbook of theta healing will tell you that you should get the same feeling from everyone because it's from the creator, of course. But the practical experience, and I think all theta healing practitioners off the record agree with me on this, the practical experience is you get a different feeling. And the proof is simple. Why would people queue up to get a healing from Vianna or from a high-profile theta healing teacher like I used to be if you could just do the course and connect a creator and do it yourself? Of course it makes a difference who is doing the download, because it's not really coming from creator. Like I said, that's an issue for another day that just had to be acknowledged. We come back to the real issue here. When you're downloading a feeling into someone, it's superficial. It's just a mask because it's not addressing the question of why wasn't it there in the first place. I'm going to use an analogy to help explain it. See, when I teach my healing courses, I always use this metaphor of a diamond. Now, because a diamond would be about that big, I've got a picture for you. This is my diamond. Why am I using this? Well, you see, it works for me because a diamond is an image of perfection. It's perfectly cut beauty. Now, when I sit with a client, I look at them, they might tell me, I'm depressed, I've never felt joy in my entire life. I look at them and I see the diamond. I look at them and I see that really they're this perfect being. They're whole and complete. They know what happiness feels like inside, but something is blocking that expression of happiness entering their day-to-day life. In other words, the true essence of joy, love, abundance, all these feelings is always there inside of us. Sometimes it doesn't manifest on the outside. So instead of downloading something from the outside, what you need to do is help them find it on the inside. No one needs to be taught any feelings. You see, the truth is, it's an insult to tell someone that they don't know what joy or love or happiness feels like, because that's our true nature. Our true spiritual essence. We are joy, we are love, we are happiness. Please don't insult me by saying I've never felt those feelings before. It's inside of here. It always has been, it always will be, but maybe I need help to actually express that. So you see, when a client comes for a healing, they might look more like this. This is a metaphor of a diamond in the rough. Okay, it's a pebble from my little pond in the backyard, but just pretend this is a diamond in the rough. You see, it doesn't look that much like this. But the trained gem cutter looks at the diamond in the rough and can see where to make a couple of cuts to bring about the perfect diamond. So what happens when you download a feeling into someone? What you're doing is you're saying to the person, well, you're this, but you need this beautiful feeling of joy. Let me give it to you. And you go, stick. That is the theta healing technique for downloading new feelings or instilling new vibrations in a person. It's a photograph of a diamond and a piece of sticky tape. That's all it is. Now you have theta healing explained. Sticky tape. It's a superficial way of helping people that doesn't address what's on the inside. It superimposes someone else's definition on the outside. And people wonder why theta healing isn't permanent. I mean, people ask the question, why is Vienna so sick? Why are all the high-profile theta healing practitioners sick? Well, it could be because of what I said last time about belief work, but it could be because they're sticky taping images onto themselves. They're taking someone else, or I really should say something else's definition of joy or love or happiness and superimposing it without dealing with the deeper question of what's the trauma, what's the stuff that's blocking that expression coming from the inside. In conclusion, what do you need to know or what do you need to do about this? The short answer is stop doing downloads. Okay? I know from the hundreds of people that have contacted me since I started speaking out about theta healing that there's lots of you that already knew that belief work was dangerous. I've had many theta healing teachers contact me to say, look, they stopped doing belief work 2 or 3 years ago, well before I spoke out, but they're still doing downloads. So guys, it's great that you know that belief work kills people, but don't do downloads. Let me suggest something else. Stop doing this and do this. What I'm suggesting to you is for every person that comes to you, spend time gazing at them and seeing the diamond. Change how you work to allow the person's personal expression to come from within. The diamond, the perfectly healed individual, is already inside of them. Allow that to manifest. You're not going to do that through changing a single belief, and you're not going to do that through downloading feelings, and you're not going to achieve it by sending energy. Whether you call that energy Creator's unconditional love or Reiki or Chi or Prana, it always has the same problem. It's coming from the outside trying to fix what's already perfect on the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to come about healing a completely different way. Stop coming from the outside. Stop dealing with external energy sources and deal with the person for what they are. Perfect, a perfectly cut diamond. Be with the person, hold space with the person, and they will blossom in the most perfect way, and you'll see the diamond on the inside. You will see extraordinary, instant miracle healings just by letting go of everything you've always been taught and coming at it in this whole new way. Enjoy, play with it, you'll see miracles.